Hello everyone, my name is Toastify and welcome back to another episode of Toasted Thoughts. For today's video, I think I want to ask a question, mainly that being, what is it that you're running away from? And also, what parts of yourself are you afraid to face? I know that personally, I hate myself because I'm too afraid to admit that I'm not as cool as I think that I am, and that in addition, I think that people around me are going to see me for the fool that I am, and that most of all, I think I'm afraid to succeed. And ultimately, because of that thought, I feel like I'm a failure. I think these skeletons in my closet are kind of what's weighing me down, like how the sins of my past are haunting me and holding me back from achieving what I really want to do, even though I really want to move on. It's something that's holding me back. I think some of these things that I've listed you might relate to, and if you don't, then it's completely fine, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. I have flaws just like anybody, except that I choose to embrace them rather than be something that I'm constantly afraid of. Because even though I'm scared, at least I know that I'm scared of it, right? And I think in general, if you are going through something and you're afraid of it, I think acknowledging it is the first step in order to be more cognizant and to grow and to learn from it. Because the truth of the matter is that the fact that I know these things about myself hurts. And it hurts to confront these things because at the end of the day, they need to be addressed. Because if you're able to kind of wrestle with it and kind of fix it on your own, the journey of you doing that, compared to if someone brings it up for you or like calls you out on it, is going to be a lot easier to stomach. Because can you imagine if a loved one or a family member or like a longtime friend calls you out on something that you've been struggling with? I'm sure that like a lot of us can relate to that. Because sometimes the truth is scary, right? But we have to admit it to become better humans, right? Like, if you see a fat person, you're not gonna call them fat unless you're like kind of like a bully. But like, if you see a fat person and you call them fat, do you think they don't know that they're already fat? Like, I'm pretty sure, unless you're delusional, but I think generally speaking, most fat people know that you're fat. I know I'm fat, and what's different between me and like another fat person is that at least I'm able to admit that I'm fat. Whereas like, if you get defensive about being overweight, then it just shows that you're like too lazy to accept the truth, and that you keep making excuses for yourself to keep staying in that comfort zone. If you really think about it, right, to grow, you don't need to be the best every day. You just need to show up. That's what discipline is, right? Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And if you keep trying to sprint and to give your best every 100 meters, it's not going to work out for you. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna get tired. What matters is just, even if you fail, you're able to pick yourself up when you're down. Now, some people might be saying, right, like, oh, Toastify, like, I feel like even though I'm taking it one step at a time, I'm not growing. But you are, because you're focusing too much on the end goal rather than the journey that you're taking, right? Like, as an example, if I wanted to finish like a 10-kilometer run, which is like 6-ish miles for my American audience or whatever, the first thing you want to do is to not focus on running all 10 kilometers. You don't want to focus on that. Instead, breaking it into smaller chunks of a run is going to make it a lot more manageable for your mental when you're running, right? So if you're gonna run 10 kilometers, then break it up into every 2 kilometers and then go on a run. Because if you're going on a run and you hit 2 kilometers, you're gonna be like tired, or in the best case scenario, you're gonna feel not tired and you're gonna be like, hold on, this is actually easy, right? And so when you hit those 2 kilometers, you're gonna be like, okay, I mean, I've already done 2 kilometers. What's another 2 kilometers? And so you go another 2 kilometers. And by the halfway mark, you're already at 5 kilometers and you're like, wait, I'm already like halfway there. I might as well just do the whole thing. And then you do the whole thing and you've done it. You've done 10 kilometers. And I think that applies to a lot of other things in life where you have to just break it up into simpler portions for you to be able to focus on each one to the fullest of your abilities. Because then you're just slowly building up, it's like compound interest. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna build up and then you're gonna realize it and then it just keeps compounding and compounding. It's like a snowball. It just snowballs, it just keeps snowballing. And then by the end of it, you have one giant fat snowman and you'll be all good. You'll have a snowman to show everyone. Because before that, you didn't have a snowman. And then now, when you were like building it, people are like, oh, you're crazy. And then now you have a giant snowman. And yeah, that's another thing. People are gonna think that you're crazy for embarking on whatever journey of change that you want to be on. But don't let that stop you. Because misery loves company. Don't fall for the comments of other people. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's you versus yourself. What they say is either a projection of what their experience has been, or they're just, jealous that you're moving up in life and they just want to bring you down. And both of those options aren't good because someone who's willing to see you win wouldn't wish that on you or wouldn't bog you down or wouldn't give you excuses to not do the things that are beneficial for you. And I can already hear some people in the comments going, oh, but Toastify, I'm gonna fail, I can't do it, I low-key can't do it. Yes, fail. You need to fail to grow because you don't learn anything from succeeding. You learn when you fail. And some people are like, oh, but I keep failing. That's a good thing because if you keep failing, it means you have infinite amounts of growth to do. That should be the best case scenario, right? And sometimes if you're winning too much, then maybe it's time to get into something out of your comfort zone so that you can grow from that as well, right? And the fact of the matter is, right, people are going to clown on you anyways. People are going to judge. People are going to look at you and call you crazy. But you're only seen as insane when you're doing it. But when you succeed, you're going to be called a genius. So instead of focusing on what people say now, just focus on the end goal and focus on the steps that you need to make towards that end goal. Don't focus completely on the 10 kilometers, but you can focus on the first 2 kilometers that you're running. Because at the end of the day, once you reach that goal, you will feel the fulfillment yourself. There was once a time where I wasn't doing well in school. And it was really bad because at the end of like all your exams and all your tests, we had like events that we would be able to go to. And one of those events was like kayaking or some kind of, school event. And it was supposed to be like a reward for all the students after the harrowing, tough examinations. But I was like one of the few people who failed in their exams. And so when I went for these programs, I just felt empty. Like I just felt soulless. Because I didn't earn it, Like it didn't feel earned. But what it did teach me is that if I wanted to feel good about myself and enjoy going for these programs, I needed to put in the work into my grades. And so that failure and that emotion of like not earning the reward, I think that was like a big driving factor that helped me to grow into like a more disciplined person, right? So if people judge you and people clown on you along the journey, so what? The fact that you're out there busting your means that you're already ahead of the people who aren't trying. You're already ahead of the curve, dude. But that being said, the change doesn't happen overnight. It's definitely going to be really, really difficult. Don't get me wrong. But it just starts with the decisions and the mindset that you have when going through it. You are able to accomplish a lot more in life if you're able to just have a good mindset and make the right decisions for yourself and for your future. Because think about it, right? There's like, I'm gonna give a really bad analogy right now, but if you think about it, right, like a golf ball, if you have a golf ball and you just change your angle by zero point 0.1 degrees to your left or to your right, and you hit both golf balls, initially those two golf balls are gonna be hitting in the same direction, but over like 100 meters, that direction is going to change dramatically because you ended up changing the angle at which the golf balls were hit initially. So small changes can make big differences if you just make the right decisions. And I'm gonna say this again, it's not going to be easy to change and to grow. But if you, for example, right, like if I wanted to lose some weight, choosing between my diet for the day, like choosing between what I'm gonna eat for lunch, or choosing to eat at all is going to impact how much weight I lose within a week. Because if I choose between just drinking water for lunch versus buying that Big Mac with extra sauce and a side of Coke, obviously one decision is going to make me lose weight faster than the other. And over time, these changes will compound and snowball. But that being said, right now, as you are changing, I mean, the fact that you clicked on this video, it means you want to change and you want to be better. The worst thing you can do for yourself right now is that you think you've already failed before you've even tried. That is probably the biggest sabotage to the journey ever, because thinking that you can't do it is one thing, and being able to push through that and accomplishing it anyways is a win. If you feel like, oh, I can't do it, or I've already failed, why should I even try? It shouldn't be that, but instead, like, what can I learn from this? Success isn't just measured by how many times you succeed, but it's measured by how many times you're able to pick yourself up. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying, at least you're still trying. You just gotta keep going at it. Do not give up. You have it in you. And I don't know if you need to hear this from me or anybody else, but you are able to do it. You have to be able to see your worth and be able to just go for that goal that you have in mind. Pick yourself up, because you know you need to do this. Before you're too old, before regret creeps in, just get up and do what you were made to do. So while you're still alive, while you still have energy, while you're still young, get up and do what you need to do. Because you have to seize the day. You are not guaranteed tomorrow. Because I can guarantee you 10 years, 5 years down the line, your future self is going to look back at this day you're watching this video and the changes that you're going to make and thank you for not giving up. But that's gonna be all for today, guys. I hope everyone stays talented, truthful, and toasted. See ya!